Welcome to the Bus Hollman Show, Series 2, Episode 3 of this great series. I did an early one today, Saturday, but we're doing one to catch up from the big trip back to Bundertown last week. Just go for the footy, the old boys footy and the races on the Sunday. It's a great weekend. Weather's been fucking disgraceful up here, been pissing down. I'm a little bit over the rain, so it's always wanted to move to a place that rained a lot, but this is fucking next level rain. Don't forget the Bus Hollman Show. You can get me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Now you can watch this shit reel on YouTube. Like and subscribe to everything. It was great back in Burke last weekend, catching up with so many people. Come up and pulled me up and said they love the show and they get such a big laugh out of it, and they love hearing something and seeing something that's actually real, no bullshit. Talk about real events. Yeah, it was really good, some really great positive feedback. But it had a great weekend back last weekend. We're going to talk bits and pieces about it in the show. Remember, the Bus Hollman Show, it's real, it's how it is. I'll say it again. Two blokes having a beer, the shit they talk about, we just say it here. If you don't like it, fucking switch off. Truly, I'm too old for this shit. Lots of segments, craft beer, the hamburger challenge, what's bus been up, what's pissing bus off, politics, footy of course, heavy about the footy, fishing and a little bit of punting. Lots of stories, man, it's all fucking happening. So stick around. Remember, money won't make you happy, but it'll put big titties on your missus. Righto, so let's kick the show off and get into the craft beer now. While I was back in Bundertown last weekend at the races actually, ran into the Dubbo Stud, Marky Prince, or as Scotty Willie, the Cobar Prince says, the roly-poly Prince boy from Dubbo. But Marky put me on to a great beer I've never even heard of before. Now, let me get this straight. I just wanted to make sure I get the right names here. Now, this is a beer from Warren in Western New South Wales. It's found as a best mates Mark Lake Kilpatrick, a proud Indigenous man from Warren in central west New South Wales, and Mitch Mahoon, hailing from Griffith in southwest New South Wales. Two mates that have developed this beer. Wait till I show you, it's a great little beer. I only had a taste of it. I haven't had a full can yet or a full schooner, just to see what it's like. The boys developed this beer. Apparently, just two mates sitting around, they wanted to develop a beer that had the characteristics of Western New South Wales, a little bit of Indigenous flair into it, but it's all about the taste. Let's see if the two boys, Marky Kilpatrick and what's the other fella name? Mitch Mahan. See how they go, boys. We're going to give you beer a check out here. So just get one out here. So this is it here. First hand beer. Great little can. Now this is the mid-strength beer, 3.5% alcohol. Let's give him a go. We have the skull test to start off with. Let's have a look at him, mate. Let's see what he's like in the... Let's see what he looks like first. So, looks like it's a little bit darker beer than a couple of the last ones that I've had. Actually, been fortunate. I had two fucking terrific beers. The last two. Let's see how this goes. First hand beer. Western New South Wales, out around Warren. Played a bit of football in Warren. Actually, I'll tell you a story about that after I have this beer, about a game that we had in Warren in rugby back in the fucking mid-1990s, I think it was. And, Billy Greentree. A bloke called fucking Billy Greentree. Here we go. Let's see what this beer's like. I'll tell you what, that's not bad. Now, it's a light beer. I like it. It's not as fruity as some. It's got a great aftertaste in it. It's got nice little foamy head on it. Very light, very golden. I'm going to have another cunt. It's Saturday afternoon. The fucking Roosters won last night, so I deserve another one. Now, remember I told you it had a great smell about it? It has too. The aroma's really nice. Poured that one a little bit heady, that one there. A little bit too keen to get the next one into it. But, not real bitter. Not real bitter at all. I like beer. Boys have done well. We'll have a few more and see what the rest of them go down for. But boys have done fucking first-hand beer. Get around it. It's all right. Billy Greentree was in Warren back in the mid-90s. Had a great rugby side in Bundertown in the Burke Rams. Fuck, was a good little side. We ended up, same side ended up winning, I think we won about 4 or 5 grand finals. But anyway, we go to Warren this day, and I had a pair of great centres. I did 5'8" was the best footballer I've ever played with. God rest his soul, Chris Johnson. But had the Earl and Flippy were the 2 centres. So anyway, Warren ran out to the field, and they had this long. It was real sort of solidy, nuggety bloke, long blonde hair. You'd swear he was straight out off Bondi or Maroubra. He was a surfer boy, and you could tell just by the way he walked that the motherfucker could play football. You could just tell. Anyway, his name was Billy Greentree, and he come out this day and actually lit up the football field. He smashed my 2 centres. Me 5'8" tried to step around him and he cleaned him up. He sent a couple to the bench injured. He could hit you when you ran the ball, and when he had the ball, he'd run straight at you and run over you. I've got to be honest, I think they beat us that day. They got us in the we got them in the major semi, and he was the best player out of both sides, even though we won. Only player on the opposition side that I've actually personally gone up and congratulated after the game and told him how good he was. And yeah, it was a pleasure to watch. And you know what, a real great bloke. Anyway, we won the major semi. The week later, they had to play the final. Warren, I think, was against Walgett, and Billy done his knee. And we went on to win the grand final the week after, I think, by about 20 points. Found out after the first game of Warren that Billy was actually a Parramatta rugby league player. He'd been graded with Parramatta and was home spending 12 months back on the farm. Had a cotton farm in Warren, and he was back in Warren for 12 months. But fuck, good footballer, Billy Greentree. Tell you what, that's not a fucking bad beer. The boys have done really well. We're going to give a rating on that in a minute. Remember the beer rating? It's out of 5 stars. 1 star, I will not have it again. Don't fucking worry. It's like donkey's piss. 2 stars, I would drink it again just to fit in with the crowd. 3 stars, yeah, I'd order it again. If it was there and I had a choice, I'd order it again. 4 stars, fuck baby, I'd go deep on a Sunday afternoon session with that. That's the type of beer I could sit down. Been lucky the last 2 beers we've had, they've got 4 stars. And 5 stars, well baby, put Charlie Pride on. I'm about to start singing Anybody Going to San Antone. It's the top of the line. That's a 5 star. We haven't had a 5 star yet. Football's been amazing at the moment. Roosters had a great fucking Anzac Day win. I tell you what, that game is the best game. The Anzac weekend of rugby league is brilliant. Though, I will be a little bit controversial here. I think they overdo it a bit. I think the games that are celebrated on the Friday, that should be it. I think having the last post and even the Sunday games, which is this year they're like 3 days after the actual Anzac Day, I just think we're stretching it too much. I don't know where I would say it's a little bit disrespectful. I just think the one day that we have them on Anzac Day is when we should celebrate them and acknowledge them. I just think we're just going a little bit overboard. But the Roosters anyway got over the Dragons. I know, to tell you what, Broncos dusting the Bulldogs. Fuck! Never seen that coming. Did not see that one coming at all. And mate, Reynolds at halfback was bloody brilliant. And you look at the halfback, Sandon Smith for the Roosters in yesterday's game. Best game I've ever seen him play. Reynolds and Sandon Smith fucking played brilliant. Mate, the halfbacks are just as big, and I know the boys, the red dirt miners from over around Gunnedah way. They know I love my fucking... And fullback, well, look at Teddy, what Teddy's doing, and Tommy Turbo. I think Tommy Turbo might be back this week, actually. Edwards and that. Anyway, they're the fullbacks. But, mate, Reynolds, Sandon, Smith, Jerome Hughes, some of the halfbacks. Obviously, Cleary is going. He's probably the number one out of all of them. It's going to be interesting come State of Origin whether they'll go Cleary and Burton. Cleary will definitely get one spot. Cleary and Mitch from fucking Parramatta, who had a blinder of a game. If he can double it up this weekend, we'll just see how that's going. So we've got a full weekend of football this weekend. Coming up, some great games that we'll be seeing in the lead up to it. First game this afternoon on Saturday is obviously the Queensland Cowboys over Titans. Look, good game. I'm definitely going to be on the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys have turned a corner. Then tonight we've got Panthers over Seagulls. Are the Panthers, was it just a one-off with the Panthers? Are they going to fall back? Or is this the turning point? I think it is. I think Panthers are going to get back on a bit of a roll now. And we're going to see the form that they've displayed for the last 4 or 5 years. I think they'll be too strong for Manly, even though Tommy Trbojevic is back. Cherry Evans isn't playing well at the moment. He's definitely a money man, that cunt. Always looking for fucking money. I don't know. I've never taken to that man. But he has been playing good. He's been Queensland's best for a lot of years. But geez, he's out of form. Do Queensland pick him? They've got a few good halfbacks running around. Do Queensland pick him? Gee, I can't wait for Origin talk to come back up. Raiders and Dolphins tomorrow on Sunday. Look, I think the Raiders at home are just about unbeatable. Ricky's got them going fucking well at the moment. West Tigers, Cronulla. Hey, I'm taking the Sharks. Don't be fucking surprised if the Tigers get up. That could go either way. So, yeah, great weekend of football. Anzac weekend's all. They picked some really good games to go there. Rugby league's going great guns at the moment. Just got to get the judiciary fucking worked out. That was a good beer, that. I'm liking that there lot. Oh, what Bus been up to? As I said, been back out to Bundertown for Easter. Went to the music festival out at the exhibition centre. Great little night, great atmosphere out there. The council's done a great job with that exhibition centre. A little bit of light music. Drove for 14 hours the day before, so never kicked on. The parade Saturday morning, come on, you can only see Dribbles driving that fucking yellow car so many times and you don't want to see it fucking again. And old mate, what's his name, Gorilla fucking grip hands with them old tractors. Fuck me, Dad, you can only see so many old tractors drive up and down the street. Fair dinkum. We've seen one Bundertown parade, you've seen them all. But good on them for putting it on. Something different. The wheelbar rolling. Big red coin. $500 got him out of retirement for the wheelbar run. Boy, the big fella struggled. He was puffing, even seen a little bit of snot coming out of his nose. I wouldn't have been surprised if he had a little bit of wee coming out too. Got halfway up the 50-metre course with the wheelbar and the big fella was blowing hard. Ended up running second. The big red fella did. So never picked up the 500 but got the 250. Don't worry. He put a hole in that at the races on Sunday. Anyway, got to the rugby. Great to see all the old boys there at the rugby. The Burke-Bree side, I think, ran out winners 7 tries to 3, something like that there. Great day, huge crowd, played in great spirits. Congratulations to Puppy, the Polypipe Kid, that's what I'm going to call him from now on, and putting on a good show, and also the Burke and Bree Warren side for doing that there. Races on Sunday, look, was great. I'll tell you what, everyone talks about the Louth race meeting, which is a great race meeting, but I just think the Louth race has got a little bit too big and not as fucking enjoyable. You can't get a beer when you want a beer, you can't do a piss when you want a piss, there's not enough food, but at Burke, they've got all that covered. They put on a fucking great little show. Caught up with everyone, stayed the night at the Quarry River Bandits, he cooked us a little camp oven. Giddy up, brother, that was good too. And he made, I've got to tell him, he made this fucking dessert. The Macquarie River Band had made a dessert. And what he did is he got a couple of packets of fruity, I think they were the fruity chocolate hot cross buns. So he made a sort of a custard up and put it in the bottom of a deep dish pan. Then he cut the cross buns in half, sat them in the pot halfway up the custard, then baked them to set the custard, and the hot cross bun went crispy on the top. We added a little bit of custard and a little bit of ice cream. Oh, brother, giddy up. Quarry River Band had done well. Oh, I like that beer. Caught up with the Paru Pirate at the footy and the races. I never got to see him after the races to see how he went, but the Paru Pirate's a little bit of a road trip at the moment he is, so I'll catch up with him later. Colgo, a Cowboy, was there. Crook for the first 2 days, but he kicked on the second 2 days. Krusty Trump and Big Coin caught up with the boys at a session on the front veranda. Krusty Trump was there. Chookie the Murrumbidgee Mauler couldn't make it. He had a few things he had to take care of and couldn't get to it, so I never got to catch up with the Murrumbidgee Mauler. But yeah, good trip out. A lot of stories come out of it that we'll add in the next couple of weeks. But this show's just about catching up on everything. So that's what Bus has been up to. Easter was great. Easter was real good. What's pissing Bus off? I can't believe I'm going to fucking say this. I'll tell you what's pissing Bus off. And I was one of them. So believe me when I say it. I'm not fucking having. I am having a go at motherfuckers, but tourists fucking picked me off. Now, and again, I was one that used to say it. I see them, they're coming into Yamba all the time, and I've been coming here for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, I've been coming here. Motherfuckers, you can't get a coffee when you're fucking here, especially during school holidays. You can't get a seat for fucking breakfast. You're lining up for an hour at night when you want to go and get a fucking feed. Can't get any parking because there's all fucking park everywhere. Fuck, tourists, man. And I gotta be honest, tourists are a little bit fucking rude. Especially Victorians. They're Mexican cunts. Mate, they are fucking rude. A lot of them need fucking slapping. And I'll tell you the other thing. You're on fucking holidays, mate. Smile a bit. Fucking be happy. Talk about smile and be happy. It's like when they come on holiday, when people go on holidays, they don't enjoy themselves as much. Right, we got the Cobar Prince and the Red Dust Miner from over in Gunnedah, Boris, the Red Dust Miner. Now, them boys know how to have a fucking holiday. Over in Thailand. What's a little dick between mates? That's all I'm saying. They said it's only a little dick, but once you're invested. But they know how to enjoy their holiday. They spread the love around. But more people should be like that, be happy. Yet they come up this north coast on fucking holidays, whinging and complaining about food and parking. That's the problem. Yous are all fucking taking it up. I'm over that shit. I just wish sometimes they'd fuck off. I wonder if they used to say that about me when I used to come up here holidaying all the time. I wish they'd fuck off, them tourists. Now I'm saying the same thing about what I used to be. Anyway, that shit happens. But that's what's pissing me off. Pissing me off a lot lately. We're going to get into politics, okay? But first, I'm just going to have another beer. Oh, another first-hand beer. See if I can pour this cunt a little bit better. It's still got that beautiful aroma about it, this first-hand beer. I like it. It's got like a woody... It has got to sound funny. It's got to sound funny, and I'd like to speak to the boys one day. That's 4 in about fucking half an hour, by the way. I might speak to the boys one day, but I'm telling you now, it's like a woody banana. It's like a woody banana smell. It doesn't taste like that. It doesn't taste that. It doesn't, but it smells. Oh, God, I love that smell. On to politics. Tell you what's going on with this politics. We've got the election in just over a week. I can't get over the amount of lies that the Labor Party tell. I straight up fucking tell you. Look, I know the Liberal Party tells some lies too, but come on. The amount of lies that Albo tells with a straight fucking face and then has to hide to get the shits when he gets challenged about it. You know, you talk about the cost of living and how hard it is living in Australia. Blame the fucking mainstream media. Because they're not asking the fucking questions and they're not demanding the answers. And that's what they're fucking there to do. We don't want to know what fucking dog motherfucking the liar in the lodge got. We don't want to know where he's going to get married at. No. We want to know when our food's going to be cheaper and our petrol fucking cheaper. We want to know if our kids are going to be able to afford to buy a house. We don't want all this other shit. If it weren't, and I know here, especially a couple of my school teacher friends are going to hate it when I say this, But if you don't listen to fucking Sky News, you don't find out any shit. Disappointed in Dutton a bit at the moment. I don't think he's hitting it hard enough. This thing, right? So my wife's a nurse, my mum's a nurse, my daughter's a nurse, and I've got aunties that are nurses. And this thing where he's running, this is just one example. This thing where he's running around fucking Australia holding up this, pulling it out of his pocket, as if he ever had to get the cunt out of his pocket. Pulling out the Medicare. You only need this to see a doctor. This is all you need, this Medicare card to see. No, motherfucker, you need a little bit more than that. Because I went to the doctor's a fucking week ago and it cost me $94 fucking dollars. Okay? My old man is a fucking pensioner. He went to the doctor's the other day with the Medicare card. It cost him $75 fucking dollars. So why ain't the media, when they talk to you, why ain't they saying, no, mate, no, put that card back in your fucking pocket. You don't just need that to go and see a doctor. You also need that and you need a credit card. I know Dutton at one of the debates said that, but come on, why ain't our media fucking reporting that? Okay, nuclear energy. He's running around saying it's going to cost $600 billion to build these reactors that we need to get cheaper energy in Australia. It's literally just a figure that he has made up. A figure that he has made up. And no one's challenged him and said, where has that figure come from? He says, oh, it come from some company that does. It's a Labor company that give him the figure. No one else has said that. Why are we not challenging these fellas? Why is our media not demanding fucking answers? Man, fair dinkum. I'm worried about our fucking future here. I truly am. There was a thing coming out the other day. I was talking about the military service. And I think they were talking about young people aged between 18 and, might have been 18 and 35. How many of those were willing to enlist, if touch wood it doesn't happen, if there was a military conflict? 1 in 6 said they would be willing. Because no, the motherfuckers are still too worried about whether they are boy, girl or LGBTQRST, whatever the fuck it is. They're too worried about that. They're too worried about the sun melting the fucking ice packs and the polar bear got nowhere to fucking go. They're too busy worried about, oh, someone said I'm overweight. Oh, someone said my leg's too skinny. No, get over it and move on. Just because you're offended by something does not mean you're fucking right. Just because you're easily offended, it don't mean you're right. It means, motherfucker, you easily offended. That's what that there fucking means. But fair dinkum, our mainstream media have to challenge these fellas. You got to vote Dutton. We got to make a change, mate. 25. Listen, this is all I say about the Liberal Party. Dutton said 25 cents a litre coming off our fuel. That's instant relief for people. Instant relief. We don't have to wait 18 months to get a $5 tax deduction, like what Labor said. Instant relief, 25 cents. If that alone does not encourage you to vote for the Liberal Party and for Dutton, I don't know what the fuck we got to fucking do in this place. They could make a movie about the liar in the lodge, called Liar in the Lodge, and go through all the lies that he has told, because that motherfucker can lie. There's not many good movies about Australian Prime Ministers. About American presidents, a lot of movies. And today, in Bus's Top 5, we're going to have our Top 5 American president movies. Now, you might think, gee, that's random. There's not a lot there. But no, there fucking is. There is a lot of American president movies. So we're going to go through my top 5 American president movies. Number 5. Number 1 the best. Start off at number 5. Number 5, look, it's an old favourite. Harrison Ford. He was the one that sort of really got that action type of American president genre going. Air Force One. You can't beat it. You're not going to take my fucking plane. Hey? Air Force One. I'm going to put that in at number 5 with Harrison Ford. Now, here's a case, because I like a good story. You want a really good story, Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman in All the President's Men. Check that out. You've got to sit down. You've got to take your time and you've got to listen to it. But it is a great movie. Coming in at number 3, It's a classic. This is the type of movie where you can watch a few times and it's still good. There's been a few offsets to it. There's been a few follow-ups to it. But I'm talking about Olympus Has Fallen with Gerard Butler and one of my favourite all-time actors, Morgan Freeman. Number 3, Olympus Has Fallen. Number 2, now not a lot of people would have seen this. It's a movie about the Cuban Missile Crisis and how basically the Kennedy brothers sorted this out. It's called 13 Days. And when you watch it, you will understand how close the world literally came to having a nuclear war back in the 60s. And within, I think just remembering back about the movie, we were literally an hour away from America and Russia pushing the button. That we were that close, and America called the bluff, and thank God that Russia stood down and then America stood down. But check that out. It's a great movie. 13 Days. It's about the Cuban Missile Crisis. Number one. Listen, the best American president movie you'll ever see. I got a new dog, by the way. Look, area there, look. I don't know if you can see him, but this is Bear. Bear's a little dachshund. Cunt can eat. Fuck, he can eat for a skinny fella. Fair income. Yeah, this is him. Always wants to be picked up, but I'll put him down. Yeah. That's Bear. Number 1, Bill Pullman and the Oscar slapper Will Smith, Independence Day. Has to be the number 1 American president movie ever made. It's the type of movie that you literally could watch. Oh, look, I've probably watched it 30 times. So it is the type of movie that you can watch over and over, and it's my number 1 American president movie. Fishing and punting. Both of them haven't been going well. Fishing and punting. Just catching brim up around Yamba. You can only get it on the top of the tide when the fresh... Get down, you cunt! Fuck me! You fucking ball-licking, long-legged cunt. Short-legged, what, that long, short-legged cunt. Jumping up here all the time. Always want to be fucking sitting in your lap. Yeah, the river's still flowing, and the amount of rain we're getting... I just hit him on the arse. The amount of rain we're getting up here, the river's still flowing, the Clarence. So you can only fish at the top of the tide when the clear water comes back in. But we're getting a few brim up around there. And, yeah, not bad catches, but you get about 2 hours right on the top. The river's still flowing out. The surf and the swell's been up huge lately. So haven't been able to get sight, haven't been able to go up to any of the markers outside chasing some snapper or anything. Hopefully that's going to close down. The last month, the fishing hasn't been really good. As I said, called back in through Dubbo and fished at the Macquarie for a day with one of my sons. Mate, if I never had 1,000 casts and never got a touch, we tried every lure going. We were fishing up on the old Dubbo Road, chucking lures. Never had a go at bait, but yeah, never got a touch. River's real low, river's clear, but Macquarie's very low. So considering how much water's in Burrendong, obviously no one needs no water. The Darling back at Burke, she's about 10 metres, she's a banker, so she's flowing. The boys are catching them in the neck. I know the Pirates got one in. I know Jamie's got one in. The old net man under the bridge, he's got one in. They're pulling out some real good ones in Burke. They're getting some good sized yellowbelly. Still plenty of yellowbelly, but the river's flowing too much. Unless you got one of those round fellas in, rolling him down the bank, you ain't gonna catch nothing. Tell you what I did do. About 2 weeks ago, I actually took an English backpacker fishing for the day. Took him out. We caught a few flathead out on the end of the wall, and took him back, and we cooked up a bit of a feed. And I know it's cliche, but I never realised how soggy they like chips in England. Like I cooked some homemade chips and that for him. He don't like the crispy ones. He wanted them real soggy. Apparently he was telling me they don't fully cook their chips. They leave them sort of 3/4 cooked. That's why they're soggy. Likes his chips. He was also telling me that because during winter over there it gets dark about 3 o'clock, apparently the sex over there is absolutely off the fucking Richter scale. The amount of sex that happens there because it gets dark early, they sit around their fucking houses doing nothing all day. There's a lot of sex happening. Now, Matt, his name is, he's a barman. He's travelling around Australia. He's currently in Yamba for 3 months, but he's a barman, so he's been working at bars. Been in Australia now for 6 months, got 6 months to go, but doing a little bit of bar work all around the spot. And we're out in a boat having a yarn while we were fucking fishing. I said to him, Matt, you must have seen some spin out things while you've been fucking working in the bar. I said, what's the funniest thing you ever seen? He said, well, Bus, he said, listen here, he said, I was working one day at a bar down at Port Macquarie. He said, it was about lunchtime. He said, and this middle-aged man walked in. He said he had bandages all over him. He's had a bandage wrapped around his head, had a little bit of a blood mark on it. He had his left shoulder in a bit of a sling. He had the big thing wrapped around his fucking knee. He said he was real red and he was even a little bit sweating, so he walked in and he said, oh, look, he said, can I have 3 schooners of Great Northern? Give me 2 shots of scotch. I'll have a shot of vodka. And can you mix me up like a little rum and coke to wash it down with? So he said, Matt said he got all the beers and the spirits and put them up on the counter, expecting that he had mates coming in behind him, going to have a drink. But no, he went, sculled a beer, sculled another beer. Then he started on the spirits. 1, 2, 3, 4 shots, drank them all, had the rum and coke, and then washed it down with the last schooner. He said, then he looked at me and he said, oh, mate, he said, I hope you haven't got what I got. And he said, Matt said he looked at him and thinking, oh, gee, I hope I haven't even. He said, mate, well, what have you got? He said, I only got $2.50. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to pay. I don't know, it's fucking funny. There you go. Only got $2.50. Righto, let's get on to the hamburger and chips challenge. I had it down at the Harwood Hotel the other day. Tell you what I had for breakfast the other day too. Because as I'm right into the sourdough, I had Devon and sauce on sourdough. I haven't had that for fuck. I used to have Devon and sauce every Saturday and Sunday morning when I had the swimming pool in Bourke, and haven't had it. God, I don't think I've had it for 18 months. But I had Devon and sauce on this beautiful Ashby sourdough. Oh, giddy up, baby. It was great. I used to have, when I was young, my parents weren't really well. Dad was a mechanic and Mum was a nurse. They battled their whole lives, but they worked hard and they loved us, and that's all you can hope for. But our big night out, 2 big nights out, probably once a month, or if Dad had a really good day on the pun on the Saturday, we'd go to Johnny Cara's Cafe across the road from the park and the bowling club in Bourke, and he had these tight little cubicles that you would fit in, and my go-to meal was a toasted Devon and chip sandwich. And he'd cut the Devon thick and you'd put a little slice in the side of it and so it wouldn't curl up, and then he'd put heaps of chips on it, toast it and put it in the old sandwich press, and that was my favourite. That, when I was going out, that's what. And Mum would always say, oh, something different. I'd know, mate, Devon and chip toasted sandwich at Johnny Cara's Cafe. Fuck, it was magic. Yeah, sitting in the little tight cubicles up there, and he had great milkshakes. He always had a great selection of lollies, Johnny Cara. And our other big night out was going to Chinese at the fucking bowling club. And Mum would never order fucking Chinese. Mum used to love chicken Maryland. And I haven't had, now that I've just said it, I don't think I've had chicken Maryland for 20 fucking years. I might cook that this week. You had crumb chicken breast and maybe a crumb leg, but then you had crumb pineapple, crumb banana, and veggies. Oh, chicken Maryland. I'm going to fucking have that soon. Fuck, that's nice. But the old Devon and sauce and chip. And the Devon was, I reckon the Devon was cut probably half an inch thick. Hey? Yeah, fucking oath. I might have to go and get some more fucking beer. Anyway, hamburger and chips, had it up at the Harwood Hotel just before Easter. $23, hamburger and chips. Now, hamburger and chips. It was a homemade beef patty, which was nice. It was cooked probably just a little bit too much, probably literally 4 minutes, maybe too much, but it was still nice and it was big. And I hate it when you get the fucking bun and then you get the little, excuse me, fuck that, excuse me, I've already had too many. Anyway, I hate it when you get the big bun and then the meat patty in the middle is like half the size of the fucking bun. Fuck that. If your bun's that big, your meat patty's got to be that big. It's got to take up the whole. So no matter where you bit around it, no matter where, you got to bite of the meat patty. You can't be having bites around it and all you're getting is bread and lettuce. Okay? So you can't be doing that. They had what they call a special sauce, special Harwood sauce. It's like a garlicky mayo type of thing. It was all right. Then they had barbecue sauce and that there. Tomato, beetroot. Got to have fucking beetroot. Bacon. Little and crispy bacon, which was good. Cos lettuce and a bit of cheese. Please, they had beetroot on it. But the bacon was a nice touch because it was just... And I think they've deliberately cooked it, overcooked the bacon so it was crispy and it give you a little bit of crunch. I'll giddy up. I really like that there. So, let's go through it. The price was $23. Give it a 6 out of 10. The presentation, it's just a plate. I mean, not just a plate, but a hamburger and then some chips. Never looked flash. Tasted better than it looked. But it was okay, so I'm giving it mid-range 5 out of 10. The side, I got a bowl of wedges to have with it. Lucky the missus ordered some calamari rings because I ate fucking them too. But the size wasn't huge. Could I eat 2? Fucking know if I could. But it was better than average. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. The taste now, all the stuff I said, that's okay. You can't much go wrong. Disappointed at the size of the patty. Patty could have been, it was overcooked a little bit, which brought it down. With the salads, it could have been a little bit bigger. But all in all, I'd definitely have it a fucking again. I'd definitely go back and have it again. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for the taste. The hamburger experience, the ambience of it. Now, Harwood, this hotel's a really great little pub. Overlooks the Clarence River, overlooks the 2 bridges. Some great blokes get there. Not a bad little atmosphere in that regards. Hamburger experience, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. That gives it a grand total of 30 points out of 50. So it's up there. It's not as good as the Snack Shack that we had out at Broom's Head last week, but it's still up there. Anyway, we're going to have another beer. Get another one out of here. Another first hand. I'm liking our first hand a lot. I caught some brim during the week. Remember I was telling you I'm going to have grilled brim tonight. That might be a bit better. Nah, poor and very heady. I might have to slow down. I might be racing that a little bit. It's pouring a bit too heady. What random shit's been going on lately? Tell you what, the Waratahs are fucking folded. As we know, they start off so well. They get us all fucking pumped up and excited. I know I was pumped up and excited at the start of the year. They won 3 in a row, I think, and then they've just fucking folded. Charlie has been average. Has the odd good game, but I think he needs a lot more experience. Talking to the Macquarie River Bandit only yesterday. Macquarie River Bandit broke par at the Narromine course. He shot a 69 and he won the Diggers Day Cup. Good on ya, Macquarie River Bandit. Yeah, 69, 1 under par. I think the best, I was telling him, the best I ever shot was at a Burke Pro-Am back in the early 90s. I think I shot a 76, it might have been, which was 4 over par. Which is the best I've ever shot. But yeah, the old fucking Macquarie River Bandit hits a good ball and playing a lot of golf at the moment. Going really well. He is now the Narromine Diggers Cup champion. Whole Pro-Am. I shot that at a Pro-Am. Oh, they were good days at the Pro-Am. My old Uncle Duma used to have a Bushman's dinner on the Saturday night. And my old Uncle Dummer used to always go out there and give him a hand. He was a good cook but a bad cook. Good cook but a bad cook. And he'd cook all these meals for the pros and and they were big pro-ams back out there at Burke. He'd tell them so many lies about what was in the food. We'd catch carp, we'd fillet the carp, and it wouldn't take the bones out of nothing, but he'd put them through mincers and mince the carp meat up that much that you couldn't even taste the bones in it. And he'd add in potato and breadcrumbs and a bit of carrot and heaps of salt and pepper, and he'd sell them up as codfish cakes. And these cunts believed it. They would come back for seconds and third. Oh, Dummer, you got some of those there fucking codfish cakes. I want some of them. And he'd be there spinning. He used to always, was really bad. He always carried an egg lifter around, and he'd scratch his back, stick it down his arse, and scratch the arse of his fucking crack of his arse. And then he'd go out there and he'd be flipping fish burgers over on the fucking barbecue. They fucking loved it. He used to always make stew. Now, he'd always make a couple of good stews, and he'd use, because old Maggie Nick out at fucking Mindetta used to always donate a heap of fucking sheep, so we always had sheep. If he donated 4 sheep, Dummer would only use 2, and he'd take 2 home. Because what he'd do, he would substitute the 2 sheep for 2 wild goats. And he'd mix it all up, and he had a favourite saying about cooking. He used to say, Bus, he said, crumbs and gravy will cover up everything. And he was fucking, it don't matter what sort of meat you cook, crumbs and gravy will cover it all up. And we would cook goat stews, we'd have fucking goat fucking roasts, and he'd always make his gravy so rich that you would never know what it fucking was. But they would come back looking for I've got to be honest, I shouldn't say this, but fuck it, I will. We even made the odd fucking horse stew. Yep. Cooked a fucking horse. I worked at the meatworks when I was young. 2 times. Always heard all these stories about a lot of the old fellas in Burke that used to work at the meatworks. All my uncles worked at the meatworks. My grandfather both my grandfathers worked at the meatworks. And they used to work there when there was cattle and sheep getting killed there. And they always had rump steak and fucking legs of lamb at home. Because the worst thieves fucking going. They stole fucking everything. They always had plenty of meat. So I worked at the meatworks twice in my life. I left school and I worked as an apprentice mechanic. I chucked that in, I fucking hated it, and went out to the meatworks. And when I went to the meatworks, have a guess what they were killing? Fucking horses. So I think I worked there for about 6 months. And then I got another job. And anyway, about 10 years later, in between jobs again, and went back out to the meatworks again to work, and they were killing fucking goats. So twice I worked at the meat. Once they were killing horses, and once they were killing fucking goats. Never brought the meat home. My missus would not eat meat. I got this friend called Titty Fay. Titty Fay's a great fucking cook, and can motherfucking cook, but will not eat meat without a stamp on it. If she can't see the stamp, will not eat it. My missus was like that too. So, no good bringing home goat and horse. I wouldn't eat horse. I'd eat goat. I wouldn't eat fucking horses. But yeah, great bushman dinners over at the golf club for the Pro-Am in Burke. What about 3 golf clubs walk into a bar? Putter. The putter walks up to the barman. The putter says, "Oi! Can I have a schooner of beer?" Barman looks at the putter, gives him a schooner of beer. The wedge walks up to the bar. He says, "I'll have 2 schooners of beer." Barman looks at the wedge, pours him 2 schooners, puts it in front of him. Barman looks over at the other golf club and says, "Yeah, I suppose you'll want fucking 3 schooners." Golf club looks at him and says, "No, mate, I'm the driver." "Oh, no, mate, I'm the fucking driver. That'll do me." Oh, geez, they were great days back at the thing there. It's like a holiday going back to Burke. But you got to enjoy your holiday. What about you got to enjoy your holiday? What about the concrete cowboy in Burke? Luke, the concrete cowboy. Only bloke I know of, goes on holidays, goes to Thailand. Now, he goes for a different reason than what the Cobar Prince and the Boris, the Red Dirt Miner, they go to Thailand for a totally different thing. Now, the concrete cowboy, Luke, he's the only bloke I know go on holiday to get bashed up. He go on holiday to go and train and fight in a gym that teaches Muay Thai. He get bashed up for holiday. Motherfucker gets bashed up while he's on holiday. He crazy. He fucking crazy. But he loves the podcast and really gets into it. His little labourer, Clifton, was telling me there at the races, the concrete cowboy stands on top of his truck and Clifton got to chuck rocks at him, cement rocks, to try and toughen him up, hitting him in the stomach. Fuck, man. Holidays, fair dinkum. They were also telling me about their other mate, Dalton. Yeah, apparently going to Turkey for a holiday to get fucking hair transplants. Can I tell you a story? Talking about Dalton going to Turkey to get hair transplants. When I was a young fella, I know this TikTok thing going around about it's all made off the Hangover. He's in it. He's sitting around a table and one of his sons tells him that he used to shave the hair off his cat and put it on his balls so his balls were hairy. There was a time when I was young when I used to do something pretty similar. A few of the older boys had hair and they'd always show us their hair around their balls. They'd pull the cunts out while we're down the park, show us their... Nothing else, just show us their balls and they'd have a big thing growing hair. You got to remember, mate, this is back in the fucking 70s and 80s. We had no internet back then. It was a big thing seeing hairy balls. I've got to be honest, one day I cut a little bit of hair off my head, put it down and stuck it on my balls and showed the boys and said my hair... The trouble is I cut it too long and they thought like I was an old man, that my hair on my balls was sticking out too long. I won't fall for that again. I will not. Hey, look, I don't know, I can't remember. Look here. Look at them all, look. The first hand's got me. It's a good beer, boys. Tell you what, you've done really well there. You've actually done fucking exceptionally well. I've drunk fucking 8 of them and a few Great Northerns. And we're about to give it its rating. Also realised I never give you my punters tips. Also, let's see if we can pour this one a little bit better. A little bit better. Yeah, I like that. Smoky banana, I'm fucking telling you now. Smoky banana. Okay, boys. Righto. Sacred Hand beer from the boys at Warren. Mid-strength beer. I'm going to give it 4 stars. I'm going to give it 4 stars. Yep. I could go deep on that on a Sunday session. I could actually see myself getting fucked right up on that. I'll go with that. Done, boys. Great beer. 4 stars from the Bus Hollman Show, which means, yep, I could have a Sunday session and get fucked up on it. None. So today's, by the way, doing this on a Saturday afternoon, just have a look at the day, 26th of April. Punters tips. Haven't been putting real fucking well. But anyway, they're racing tomorrow at Toowoomba, Sunday the 27th. So hopefully this will load overnight and you will get to see it, listen to it early. For those that listen to it straight away and have got to subscribe, because you've got to fucking subscribe. So as soon as it comes on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or YouTube, you know it's there, then you can get these tips. So we're at Toowoomba tomorrow, race 5, the Cooper Commercial Maiden. Number 10, Twilight Sparkle. Now it jumps from the inside gate. It's coming off a win, and I reckon it can double up and get 2 in a row. Really important that it's jumping from the inside gate. I reckon it's about $8 or $10 fixed at the moment, so jump on that. Now, we're going to stay for our second tips. We're going to stay in Toowoomba, and it's the Wishart, it's a Barrier Reef Pools Handicap. Okay, I'm going to go, that's race 6. Number 3, Akakaka Falls. I think that's how you pronounce it. Akakaka Falls, over 1,200 metres. Now it's at a second, a third. I think it's at 2 seconds and a third in its last 4 starts. So it's due for a win. At the moment, you're going to get it for about $5 or $6. But, you know, when it's placing that, I definitely... Why don't you double one into the other? I tell you what, in that first horse I was telling you about, Twilight Sparkle, it's got a great country lady jockey on it. I think it's Michelle Wishart, and it's only carrying 58 kilos. So that's on Twilight Sparkle in the first. Roll that into the next one, which is race 6, number 3, Akakaka Falls. I don't know. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's over 1,200 metres. I reckon there's 2 good tips for Toowoomba. So get on board, get on those. That's the Bus Hollman Show. We just wanted to do a quick wrap up after the big trip back to Bundertown. Still got lots of stories to tell you out of that. The boys with the Sacred Hand beer. I'm loving it. Okay, I'm going to finish. I've only got 2 left, but I'm going to finish those off. The boat there, I'm going to clean the boat, hoping the rain will clear up. I'm going to go and fish the walls tomorrow morning on the Sunday session at the pub in the afternoon. They have a live band there, so I might get into that. Get a bit of that going on. So, take care, and remember, before I go, pain goes away, chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.